What we want the public to know is the traffic pattern out here on Pensacola Beach was changed a few years back over here in the main casino parking lot, where the only entrance to get into the parking lot is sidelines, or near the sidelines entrances like we call it. The traffic pattern is clockwise, and the only way to exit is over here on Fort Pickens Road, and then obviously off the beach through the light. The laws say that you cannot park blocking a driveway, you can't park on the bicycle paths, and you can't park on any sidewalks. If you do park on the side of the road, it's imperative that you don't leave any portion of your vehicle hanging over the white line. That creates a hazard to passing traffic, and we may have to tow your vehicle in those instances. If you do decide to find a parking spot out here on Via de Luna or on Fort Pickens Road, be aware that there are several areas of soft sand that you may not be able to get your car out of without assistance. So be mindful of that when you're deciding whether or not that this is a good spot you want to leave your car for the day. We want people to be aware that the deputies out here working for Island Authority during the Blue Angels Air Show are going to be very vigilant and observing for minors drinking alcohol, which of course is against the law. And at the same time, they're going to be enforcing the no glass bottles on the beach ordinance. Glass bottles are not allowed anywhere in the sandy area of the beach out on Santa Rosa Island. For the Blue Angels Air Show, we get a lot of new people that come out to the beach to experience it from this viewpoint, but we also get a lot of repeat visitors who've been here before. But the main thing to understand and what we want to get across to people is to bring a lot of patience. It's going to be a long, hot day, especially the earlier you get here, and the longer you're here, the more you're going to want to hydrate yourself. So bring your water bottles, bring enough for everybody that's in your party. Bring enough sunscreen for everybody, keep them protected because the sun is very, very bright out here, reflects off the water, it increases the probability of a sunburn quicker. We also want people to be aware of the crosswalks out here on Pensacola Beach. There are several in which to use. If you're finding yourself wanting to cut in and out of traffic and not using the crosswalks, you're putting yourself in danger. There's going to be numerous people out there ready to assist you, stop traffic in order to get the mass of people through the crosswalk safely. The people that are going to be utilizing the ferry system would probably be affected the most because of where they're getting dropped off on the Quietwater Pier, and then they'll have to walk across Pensacola Beach Boulevard in order to enjoy the show out here on the sand side. Of course, we want people to come out here, have a good time, and enjoy the beach as is meant. But remember, the BOCC has just let the open container ordinance sunset. However, there is an ordinance still on the books that says you are not allowed to hang out in the parking lot and drink alcohol. Hanging out could be defined to most people as tailgating. You can pass from one area to another through the parking lot, from your car to the beach and back, and still have an open container of alcohol. You just can't stop anywhere and enjoy it in a manner that looks as though you're tailgating. We also want people to be mindful about leaving valuables in their vehicles, especially out in the open. Although there's going to be an increased presence of law enforcement out on the beach, we can't watch every car that's out here. So it is imperative that you leave your valuables in the trunk. Is a good place to lock them, out of sight, out of mind. For the boaters and the people who expect to spend the day on the boat watching the air show, we want them to be aware of the new channel markers that are off of Quietwater Pier to assist the ferry in directing it on board. So please don't park inside those channel markers. They are brand new. A lot of people are not aware of them. Also, on the Little Sabine side, a lot of people like to hang out there in those shallow waters. What they don't realize though is in order from get to the shallow waters back to shore to go get some drinks or food or whatever for lunch, they're actually swimming and or slowly boating across that channel where passing traffic needs to get in and out of Little Sabine. Although the Blue Angels is a big event, and especially for Pensacola Beach where we get a lot of influx of people coming out here, none of the parking limitations have been lifted. So all the parking rules and laws are in effect, and it's imperative that you don't park in front of a driveway, you don't park on any sidewalks or any bicycle paths, and that you don't leave any portion of your vehicle hanging over the white line if you do find a good parking spot on the side of the road. We may have to tow it for safety reasons. It creates a hazard to passing traffic, and we don't want other people to be affected by a bad decision that you made. For the parents of fur babies and regular children alike, we want people to be aware that the pets are not allowed anywhere on the beach except for the dog parks, which are located down near Park East and down near Park West. Those are the only two locations on the beach that an animal is allowed in the sand. The children, we want people to be aware if you're bringing your young ones with you to enjoy the air show, that you keep a watchful eye on them. We've had numerous incidents in previous years where children come up missing or the parent comes up missing without their child. So just be mindful of that, keep a hold of your kids. There's going to be a lot of people out here on the beach and they get to disappear very easily inside those crowds. The County Sheriff's Office, and in cooperation with all the other agencies that are going to be out here ensuring your public safety, want you to come out, have a good time, enjoy yourselves, and most importantly, behave.